What is up, guys? Alex here from technoclass.com, coming to you with an unboxing of the Cubix Cube 3. This is a product of Cherry Mobile via their sub-brand Cubix, and this is a new 5,000 peso phone, 4,999, and you're getting some really good specs. Actually, I think this is the most affordable MediaTek 6753 Octa-Core right now with a 64-bit processor. Plus, you're getting some pretty awesome cameras here with a 16 megapixel camera, 5.5-inch HD display, 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of storage, and a 2,700 milliamp hour battery. Like I said, super affordable for 4,999. Plus, you're getting this sort of a Globe SIM for free as well. So we're gonna unbox it right now. We'll see you guys in just a bit. Do cutter this part right here. There you go. All right, guys, so like I said before, this might be the most affordable MediaTek 6753 phone Octa-Core because that is a 64-bit processor, not the old school 32-bit version. All right, guys, so here's the phone, and check out that color. Holy crap, that is pink. That is even more pink than what I've seen from an iPhone being called a rose gold color. This is really kind of a rosy color here. Very pink. Don't know if you're a guy if you want this kind of color, but you know, can be a man about it. It's an affordable phone. There you go. We're gonna look at the other parts of the box. All right, guys, so here's what's inside the box. A Cubix Cube 3 user manual, a 3.5mm headset, 1000 milliamp charger, the micro USB cable, and of course the phone itself with the battery pre-installed. And of course, there is a freebie, the Globe SIM, a tri-cut with 500 megabytes of data for 12 months if you load $100. That's a nice freebie if you're interested in looking for a SIM. Oh, wow. All right, so here's what it looks like when you remove the back cover. And as you can see, the 2,700 milliamp hour battery is actually non-removable, which is interesting because on the website Lazada, where they sell this, they do mention that it is removable. Well, we can confirm it's not removable. Anyway, inside the back cover, you can see there's a SIM slot 1, SIM slot 2. I don't know if both of them are LTE capable, but at least one of them should be. And there's a micro SD card slot as well for expanding your storage. There we go. Android is starting. All right, guys, so here is the Cubix Cube the third with its 5.5-inch HD display. Pretty good looking display, though then again I have to mention the bezels are pretty big. And of course, if you notice, the actual capacitive buttons are on the screen now. So this little bezel right here is actually unused and just taking up space. Unfortunately, maybe they put some components in there. I don't know. The phone itself looks pretty good and is very, very pink. All right, so looking at the parts of the phone right here, as you can see, we have a speaker grill right there, some proximity and light sensitivity sensor, a 8 megapixel front-facing camera, which might be good for selfies, and there's a pre-installed screen protector here. I'm not a big fan of it. It seems not so slippery, but maybe if you want, you can remove the screen protector. We are looking at the 5.5-inch HD display, 1280 by 720. At the front, we have, kind of a pink bezel right there, a pink bezel on the bottom, very, very small, but there are also black bezels around the actual display of the phone, and there's a particularly big one on the bottom here, as you can see with the reflection right there. Kind of not aesthetically pleasing, but the phone itself looks pretty good, especially with the display turned off. It looks like, I believe, the Huawei Mate 8, if you ask me. All right, on the sides right here, as you can see, there is some sort of fake chamfering, could kind of fool your eyes, but it's actually plastic back here, which, you know, still makes the phone look pretty good. We have a pinhole microphone over there, a micro USB port for charging and data transfer. On the right side, we have the power button, volume rocker, and on top we have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. All right, on the back here, as you can see, there's some sort of crosshatch pattern with a Cubix logo. I believe that looks like a gray color, Cubix logo. Speaker grill right on the bottom, and we have that interesting 16 megapixel camera with the LED flash. We do have to want to check that out, that 16 megapixel camera. But yeah, that's what the phone looks like. All right, so aesthetically, I think the Cubix Cube 3 hits all the marks that I needed to do. It's a pretty decent looking phone, particularly when the display is off. But, you know, despite the large bottom bezel here and the extreme pink color, I think it's a good looking phone for 4,999 pesos, particularly because it handles pretty good, feels pretty good in the hand, and it's pretty solid. It does look a lot like the Huawei Mate 8 with a 6-inch display, but this one has a 5.5-inch, and that's probably where the bezels go. All right, so here's a quick look of the user interface of the Cubix Cube 3. It's running Android 5.1. Lollipop looks near stock. There doesn't seem to be a lot of, you know, extra gesture features or double tap to wake or stuff like that. Pull down menu works fine. Swiping around is pretty smooth. I'm not complaining here. It looks, you know, probably near 60 FPS from what I can tell. So probably no complaints here when it comes to the user interface. All right, we don't do this often during unboxings, but somebody requested we try out the rear camera, the 16 megapixel rear camera. Here's the shot right here with our super duper bright lighting conditions, which means it's probably the most optimal lighting condition you'll ever get when taking a picture. I'm not super impressed with the shot. It's sort of washed out colors right here. But then again, you're only paying 5,000 pesos for this phone. And for example, you have an 8 megapixel front facing camera right here with some pretty good detail. But then again, like I said, we have some supremely good lighting here in our studio setup, quote unquote studio. So definitely have to watch out for this one. You're gonna have to try this out in more natural and darker lighting conditions. But at least if somebody asks, there's our picture samples. All right, guys, so I think that's about it for our Cubix Cube 3 unboxing. And I think it's a pretty good phone, especially since it's offering a MediaTek 6753 64-bit octa-core processor for only 4,999. The other Cubix devices have been 32-bit octa-core processors, and they're old. So now you're getting the new LTE-capable 64-bit processor for only 4,999. The battery is 2,700 milliamp hours, not bad, and you get a 5.5-inch HD display. The only thing that you probably will not like is the bezels here. You know, I like the design, even though I'm not a big fan of the pink, the extreme pinkiness of this color, but I think it's a really good value for 4,999. Anyway, this is being sold on Lazada right now for the aforementioned price. So you should check it out on Lazada. It's not going to be available anywhere else. It's going to be available from Lazada only. So don't ask where it's going to be available. Lazada only. This is the Cubix Cube 3 unboxing. I'm Alex from atechnoclass.com. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.